they're going to market to you in different ways than they would John down the street.
Right.
Or whoever, Tabitha.
Yeah.
Because they're going to send you emails with certain discount codes.
Right.
Like
And they're going to send them
for
different emails.
coupons.
Right.
And same thing for you. You may be buying different stuff. They're going to market it a different way.
Yeah.
And so that's how the big businesses are drawing in their clients.
That's with everything, though. I mean, even
Small
TV.
business can't do that.
Right.
All
No.
we're relying is, let's put a blanket statement out and everybody gets 10% off that sees this post. You're going to be bringing in everybody, but they may not come back. They just want that one discount.
Yeah.
Right.
I think that definitely falls into the whole big business versus small business thing. It's all about what your return is. You know, it's if you're a small business, you kind of need everybody's money.
Yeah.
If you're a big business, you can kind of be picky. It's all
You
about.
already have your repeat customers.
I like what your dude said. You know, like because that's what that we were taught in school before in our business classes and stuff. Is like money is money, and everybody who sits in your chair is giving you money. So
Yeah.
treat them with, and it's all just different levels of respect, in my opinion. Like,
Yeah.
respect everybody.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, everybody deserves it.
Right.
Until you treated me with disrespect, you know.
You got to get them in the door first.
Yeah.
How do you do that?
You accept everybody, market everybody.
We just.
So, okay.
In my opinion, I'll talk and, you know, service anybody. Because I'm just trying to get money.
But what he's trying to figure out is how do you market to anybody? Starting at ground zero, boom, ground zero. All you have is your social media, boom. And only on your social media that you put out to your people, which, okay, we're going to go color here, okay? You're white. You are, what's the word? Your numbers on your percentage of ratio to white to black on your social media is going to be predominantly white.
Yeah.
Only because, let's face it, when it comes down to it, color hangs out with color. End of the day, it's how it goes. Why it's like that, I don't really know, but it happens. So on your social media, your target, if somebody's looking on the outside in, your target is going to be to white people. So how do you get color, whether it be blacks, Mexicans, Asian, whatever, how do you get another ethnic inside of your group to try and do a blanket cover for everybody?
So I've actually attempted this before, and it worked, and I'm looking to do it again now that we've had this conversation. I'm like, I need to do that again. But I went to school with some black girls, and I've even asked them, like, well, I reach out, I DM them, I'm like, hey, can I do your hair? Do you know somebody that I can service, so I can take a picture, I can put it on my social media, because I want to reach out to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And, yeah, no, you brought up a really good point. Yeah, my social media is followed by predominantly white people, but this kind of woke me up a little bit, because I'm like, you know what, I don't like that. I want 50-50. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want everybody.
Just as much of white people as any other ethnicity or
You
whatever.
also got to think about the saturation though. Like in where your business is predominantly white anyway.
That's true.
So,
Yeah.
So what you may focus on getting, like, let's say you had a count of white to Latino to blacks in that area. If you want to get your ratios right, if it was 10% of the population was Latino, then you want 10% of your customers Latino. Not
Right.
50-50.
Right.
But you want the right ratio
Yeah.
of the population.
You want a full 100% out of all
I
ethnics.
got like 70 different.
Well, no, I got
I know
you.
what you mean, yeah.
But yeah, there's different ways to do it, and like these big companies can pay them millions of dollars in software and things to get our kind of people, and
Right.
you know, there's different ways to do it. But at the end of the day, the big business got there because they're using the values of the big business, and they're driving their customer base on who they want in their stores and shops, things like
Right.
that. So
And I feel like also another thing, I feel like in order for a small business to thrive amongst doing the whole blanket scheme, it takes the mindset of individuals. Okay, you're white. You have a white hair salon. Well, I say white hair salon, but you have a predominantly white hair salon. I feel like it's going to take other groups of people besides just white to let it sink in that, hey, she can do my hair. Even though she's white, she might be able to do something different to my hair that I'm wanting. Or, hey, I don't know, maybe just because she's white, she can throw whatever in my hair and I'll be happy. It's one of those things that's just like, okay, Mexican restaurants. Mexican restaurants are thriving right now for the sole purpose white people eat that shit up every day.
And they are playing to that audience, too.
And they play to the audience. Now, do actual Mexicans go to Mexican restaurants? I see like one every so often, and they probably work there and they're just eating there before they go to work. But the thing about it is white people came out of that mindset of, oh, we can go eat there, or we can go to that, we can go there. So it's one of those that black people, Asian people, Mexicans, they have to have that mindset to, hey, they're just trying to make some money. Let's go support them. They are our nation. They are, an American. They are here. Let's go support them versus these corporate people that we will never see the fucking owner to. But we know the owner to this store, to this boutique, to
He's
this
there every day, grinding.
to this hair spot, to this t-shirt manufacturer.
Yeah.
Putting in
Have
work
to.
every day just like a regular person.
Right.
So if you can get that mindset behind the mass majority of people, I think the local businesses would thrive a whole lot more. That's just like farmer markets. I feel like farmer markets would thrive a whole lot more if people understood the hard work and all the money that the farmers put in to growing their local businesses versus selling out to the large companies that are just going to write you a check. Hey, here's $1 million.
For half, not even a quarter of what they think you're worth.
Yeah, here's $1 million to shut you up, run the equipment, get my profit, get my products on the shelves for me.
Yeah.
That's all they care about.
Yeah.
Versus these small business farmers that are having to go out and find the new seed or find who's got the cheapest packets of seeds so they can plant it and grow it and sell it for a couple of dollars more than what that seed was worth. But at the end of the day, that farmer may have not pocketed what his time and effort was worth. Just like you doing hair, sometimes you may not pocket what you yourself feel like you should earn. Because you yourself may feel like you should earn $50 to $60 an hour doing hair, but you're only charging, $70? We're just going to say you're charging $70 an hour. $5 of that has to go to your building that you're in. The other 30 goes to product that you're using on this person. Then another $10 is going towards the clippers that you're buying. And let's not include, we're not even going to talk about the electricity to keep the place cold or warm, anything like that. So at the end of the day, you're essentially making $2 to $3 an hour. That's it.
Oh yeah, for the first 3 to 4 years, that was like some of the hardest years of my life because it was like, do I want to eat or I slept at the salon for the first 3 years. Like I was there 7 days a week.
I never saw it.
25/8. You know what I'm saying? I was there all the time, but I was always taught growing up. You get out what you put in.
What she did, and I noticed this a lot of other stylists haven't done, is when she had a time zone open in her schedule, she was at that salon.
Feel it.
Yeah.
She was there. She was
Got it.
waiting
If I
on
wasn't
walk-ins,
doing
everything.
anything, if I wasn't doing anything, I was putting my work or my effort into the salon itself, cleaning, making it better.
And see, I will say that's one thing about Carl at Illusion Inc., and he'll tell you this all day long. You're having his work ethic and your mindset because he's told me stories about how his shop used to be 24/7. He would literally sleep on a couch or in a futon in the back, and if somebody come knocking at his door or that bell go off to say, hey, let me in, I want to get a tattoo, he'd wake up from a dead sleep, turn his lights on, all right, let's get to work at 3, 4 o'clock in the morning when his shop's been shut down for the last 5 hours. He'd be like, okay, yeah, I'll wake up and do this because it's money in his pocket. So he's putting forth money in his pocket, money to go into his business and to branch himself out to be known as, hey, this guy gave me a badass tattoo at 3 in the morning. He just woke up. So what can he do when he's fully awake, ready to go versus just waking up? There's no telling. So that's just like you were saying, you were there 7 hours or 7 days a week, 24/7 just about. So it's one of those with the small business, some people can't get off at 4 or 5 o'clock to meet your 6 o'clock deadline of when you close or your 7 o'clock time that you're going to shut shop. So I feel like that whole, hey, I need you when I need you, needs to happen.
Yeah, her previous salon was open like 10 to 5 or 10 to 6. She'd be there until 10:30 at night.
Yeah.
You know, just doing hair and like whoever, or 6 a.m. in the morning on Saturday, like anybody.
Interesting little switch up though. So being that way, I got a certain clientele that was like, I want you now kind of clientele. So I've actually transitioned to appointment only because I just can't take walk-ins anymore. But it's been a very interesting transition to go for the people that want me for my skill versus my availability or my what's the word? Conveniency.
Yeah, convenience.
And it's like it's been a very it's tricky for me, like as a person that's like doing the service. Like, are they pissed off because I'm not convenient, or are they pissed off because I'm doing bad work? And it's played mind games with me because I'm like, well, fuck. I mean, she's upset, but is it because her hair looks bad, or is it because she had to wait a week to get in? You know? Yeah. And so that's like, do I overbook myself because I'm trying to make this customer happy, but then I'm pissed off the person who's in my chair at the moment? Or do I make her wait, or she will just never come back with whatever I need to do today?
I think it's more or less people that have to wait.
See, and that's what I think. I think that's the reason why the big businesses have the advantage on small businesses, because if you've noticed, here recently, the incline of 24/7 business has gone up. Burger King, they're now 24/7 on Friday and Saturday, which, from what I've heard, moving forward, they're going to be 24/7 completely, just not on Friday and Saturday. So the incline for restaurants, T-shirt sales, things like that, just apparel, everything's about to go up to 24 hours. That's just like convenience stores. They just found out here in Mississippi, they just found out that you can now legally sell beer 24/7. It's been like that for years, but nobody really abide by it because it was one of those things, I don't want to do it. Yeah, it's all. So now there's convenience stores popping up left and right that used to be these small mom and pop joints that are open 24/7 now because they're like, oh, we have the opportunity to make more money because we can be 24/7 to just sell beer. Yeah, so it's one of those things you're saying about the convenience part of it. That's one thing that big businesses have, is they have that convenience. They're always there. They always have everything I need, one stop, one shop. Small businesses don't always have that. Because I know me personally, I love small businesses. I wish I could shop at them more. But a big business tends to have sometimes cheaper prices and the convenience of having everything there for me. Like said Target. I can go in there and go grocery shopping and clothes shopping and shoe shopping all at the same time. And I can get Starbucks if I need it. So it's one of those things, it's more of a convenience than anything.
That in like just whatever. It's when the convenience and the price outweighs the quality. Yes. And that's when you gotta weigh, what do you need more? Do you need it to be good, or do you need it to be cheap and now?
Yeah.
You know?
So something I've stressed to Leslie over the last 3 years, Jesus Christ, is since you're overrun with customers right now, you got to get to a point where you have to raise your prices to keep the quantity of customers away, so you bring in your quality customers, your repeats, and that'll free up some of your booking time. You won't be overworked, but you're still bringing in the same dollar amount every day.
It's just such a hard transition. It's hard mentally to do that. Like, it's hard because, like, especially when you're doing this on your own. Okay, TT, what you say?
With that whole quality of customers versus quantity, working in the strip club industry, knowing, okay, weird transition, but get me, see me out, listen, ready for it, throw the hat backwards, let's get serious. Okay, I had a big problem with that whole, we need better quality versus quantity in the club, because they wanted, I'll say it, strip clubs here in the Mid-South are kind of tendency to be racist for the sole purpose they look at the old white man that's sitting in the chair waving his dollar for the last 3 hours. because he's been here for 37 years,